Oh, welcome and thank you for joining. In this lesson, we'll explore simplifying polynomials. Our focus will be on addition, subtraction, and multiplication of a monomial with a polynomial. So remember that to add polynomials, we collect like terms. And like terms are terms that have same variables raised to the same powers. As an example, I will bring in here 2x squared y cubed z and negative 5 over 3x squared y cubed z. So the variable part has to be the exact same. So exact same variables rate respectively to exact same powers. And the coefficients can be different, obviously. So we are allowed to add and subtract these like terms because they are, semi kind of one unit in here. So they represent the same thing, an x squared y cubed z term. And we can simply simplify them by working with the coefficients. So to subtract polynomials, we add the opposites. Now, to multiply a polynomial by a monomial, we're going to use the distributive property. So we're going to take a look at some examples, starting off with example number 1. We have this trinomial 4x squared minus 7x minus 5 added to 2x squared minus x plus 3. So this is an example of polynomial addition. And step number 1 is going to be to remove the brackets. So removing brackets is easy. When you have an addition, you just simply don't write them in the next step. So you would rewrite the expression as is. Nothing changes besides the fact that there are no brackets. In the meantime, I would start off with collecting like terms. So as you can see here, I have x squared terms. I have 4 and 2x squared. And then negative x and negative 7x are also like terms, and negative 5 and plus 3 are constant terms, so they're alike. So we collected like terms in the next step, so we bring them close to each other, and then in the last step we'll simplify. Now, as you become more experienced with it, obviously you don't have to write this step. You can simply highlight the ones that are alike and then just simplify and go from this step to the last one, which is simplification. And simplification is based on, working the coefficients only. And you have to make sure that the final answer has the terms listed from highest to lowest degree. And here we go. We have 6x squared minus 8x plus minus 2 as the final answer. Now, in the next question, we have subtraction of polynomials. So we have one polynomial subtracting another, and this will operate or will be done in the same way as addition, because subtraction and addition are different variations or forms of each other. The only difference is that when we remove brackets in here, we have to keep in mind that the terms that are inside brackets will have to switch the signs from whatever they are to opposite. So step number 1, remove brackets and switch to opposites, the terms that are after in the expression that is being subtracted. So we're going to have here 4x squared, 5xy, negative 7y squared. Nothing changes in here. But then we're going to subtract 6x squared, so positive 6x squared, so negative 6x squared. And then subtract 3xy, so minus 3xy. And then subtract negative 2y squared, so that's a plus 2y squared. Now, in the meantime, I highlighted the terms, the like terms. So we have 4x squared and negative 6x squared. So I'm going to group them and we'll bring them close to each other now. And 5x squared and negative 3xy are like terms, and negative 7y squared and 2y squared are like terms. So we're going to rewrite the expression with all the like terms grouped. And then the last step will simplify. So again, we have positive 4x squared and negative 6x squared. So in total, we have negative 2x squared. 5xy minus 3xy is 2xy, and negative 7y squared and 2y squared, negative 5y squared. So we're going to move on to our next example. We have expansion of polynomials. And the only examples we have in this lesson are the ones about polynomial with a monomial's multiplication. So step number 1 is I would just examine the expression, because as you can see here, we have a combination of multiplications and subtractions and additions. And I want to know what multiplies what and what is being subtracted. So I would focus on the multiplications. Remember that BEDMAS is in power now, and we have to respect that. So what that means is we have to do brackets first, so there is nothing inside the brackets that we need to simplify. Exponent, we don't see any exponents here. Division, no division, but multiplication will come before addition and subtraction. So we are multiplying these together, these together, and these together. And those, whatever we get from the multiplications, we have a subtraction and an addition here. So let's get to work. So we are expanding or multiplying. So you can use these two terms the same way. And in the next step, we are going to group the like terms. So remember that 2x times x, 6x to the power of 2. 2x times negative 5, negative 10x. And now, negative 4x times x, negative 4x squared, negative 4x times negative 7, positive 28x. And then 3x squared minus 3x. So grouping like terms is done the same way as before. So the x squared terms will go together. We have 3 of them. And then the x terms will go together. And lastly, we will simplify the expression. So we have 6 minus 4 plus 3. 6 minus 4 plus 3 would be equal to 5. And 10, negative 10 plus 28 minus 3, it's 15x. And that would be the final answer. The terms are listed highest to lowest degree. So in example number 4, we are expanding and simplifying. We have more than one set of brackets. As you can see, we have round brackets, and then we have square brackets outside it. Now we treat the round brackets as the inside brackets, which means that they have priority. They are done first, and then we operate or we remove the square brackets. So remember these rules. So round brackets, they are called the inside brackets, and the square brackets are the outside brackets. So they are done second. And the steps that we follow in this case are, again, get rid of the round brackets. So we're going to write 2. We have number 3 sitting, multiplying 2x plus 3. So that will make 6x plus 9. Now we have negative 2 multiplying x. So that's negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 1, positive 2. And we're going to close the square brackets. Now remember that we need to simplify inside the brackets first, because of BEDMAS. So brackets have priority, and we have things we need to simplify here, such as 6x and negative 2x. So they're like terms. So you can group like terms and then simplify them, or you can just simplify it at this level. So in grade 11, you should be able to do this quickly. And we have plus 11 here. Now, lastly, we will have to expand the brackets. 2 times 4x, that's 8x, and 2 times 11 is 22. And the terms are listed from highest to lowest degree, and this would be the final answer. So you have a lot of practice questions in here. Some of them are more fun than others. So do the suggested questions, and if you have appetite for more, so do all of them. Practice makes perfect. Thank you for learning with me, and bye for now.